So, Rispeeda DX has finally been revealed to the world in my previous video, which you should watch by the way. This video, however, is going to be talking about what's next for the Rispeeda project, and addressing some issues I've had with the Bottleman duo as a whole, and finally, how I'm going to be tackling Rispeeda G. So if that interests you, make sure to watch the full video. Thanks in advance. Hello everyone, J5 the Hyperforce here, the one that flies super high with style and panache. Something like that. This is going to be a more casual talks video about my Bottleman custom Rispeeda. So this is going to be less editing, no VTuber model, just like a little podcasty type thing. A bit like my 2023 update video, which you should watch. I know I say that about all my videos, but you really should watch that update video to like help me with the channel in 2023. I'll have images on the screen to help my points or to add visuals to whatever I'm talking about. Yeah, less edited video. You can listen to this video or you can watch it. If you haven't seen either of the Rispeeda or Rispeeda DX videos, please do that first. This video contains spoilers for both of those videos. This is basically part 3 of the Rispeeda video series. There is something that I wanted to mention in the Rispeeda DX video, but throughout all of the production phases of that video, from script writing to recording the audio, to filming the footage, to making the art assets, to making Rena Bina, to editing the whole video together, I completely forgot to give him stats. I'm kind of mad about it. I guess it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, but DX introduced stats into Bottleman, so I might as well give Rispeeda DX some stats. Those are 5 power, 6 speed, 2 control, 2 stability, and 1 capacity, with an asterisk. The reason why he has 5 power is because of all of the gimmicks that came together to give him that incredible shot speed. It does also give him really good power, that being the rubber drive core and the Tan rollers. Since Tan is already a 5 in power, and since Rispeeda DX uses Tan's main power gimmick, that being the rollers, he should be 5 as well. Plus the rubber drive core also helps with power, so that just reinforces the 5. And of course, a 6 in speed, because that's Rispeeda's whole thing, his shot speed. I know this stat is also about how quickly you can launch out caps, so he really shouldn't be a 6, but its raw speed should just make it a 6. So yeah, Rispeeda DX does have a overstated stat, just like CC Leon DX and Maru Energy DX and Dragogena DX, but I feel it's fair, because this guy's whole thing is speed. I think the 2 in control and 2 in stability is fair. He's got really good power, really good speed. He should have something that he's really bad at, and looking back, Rispeeda DX is not the best to hold, especially when the speed caps are in the wings. When you take the caps out, it's like a 3 in stability at best. It can bloody rock back and forth on those wheels. It's not exactly the most stable Bottleman. And of course, when you're thrusting the guy forwards, your accuracy might be off, so 2 in control. It might be more so 1 in control, but who knows really. I did do my test shots pretty close up to the bottles. From a larger distance, Rispeeda's probably shit with aim. I feel 2 in both stats is fair. It's not going to be the most accurate, especially when you're doing the thrust forward gimmicks, and it's definitely not the best to hold. Putting the wings in its rest mode does actually give it a bit more stability, but I'm just thinking of the base Bottleman with the wings up, and then the 1 in capacity with an asterisk, because of course you can add magazines to Rispeeda DX to expand its capacity, but by default it's only 1. There is something I'm going to mention later on in the video that will make it a 6 in capacity, but you'll have to see what that is. I didn't forget these from the Rispeeda or Rispeeda DX videos, but it is kind of nagging me that Rispeeda does not have its own logo. For those of you who don't know, Bottlemen come with their own logos, their own brands, you know, to mimic like the real life brands. So if you look at the top of, say, Maru's head, you'll see a Maru logo. so Rispeeda should have a logo. I didn't really have the energy to try and make a logo properly because I wanted the font to be the same as the Rispeeda font, but I didn't know how I could replicate that, so I just never really bothered. But after some thinking, I should at least make some mock-ups of what I want it to be, because I did have ideas. So here are the Rispeeda and Rispeeda DX logos. They are of the speeding falcon flying around. Yeah, it looks like this version of the Rispeeda logo. I thought it was a cute little thing to have the actual bird itself be a part of the logo, and on the DX version, the bird be bigger and have the DX within its body. Just like a bit of cool logo design. These aren't final, obviously. The text is basic. These are just mock-ups just to show what I'm thinking of if we are going to make a proper Rispeeda logo. And I'll have to make one for G as well, but I'm just gonna do that later on. I've looked at Dekavitiger G's logo, and it seems like the G is incorporated into the logo. So I want to see more examples of G logos to see if the G is going to be incorporated into the logos more directly, or if it's just going to be slapped on the side like it is with Samet. I'm just going to wait to see what other designs are. But for now, these are the Rispeeda and Rispeeda DX mock-up logos, with light versions as well, because of course we have a Rispeeda Lite, remember? So I want to address a change that happened to prototype system Rispeeda, which from now on I will be calling OG Rispeeda. His foot part changed from Salafire's omnidirectional rollers to just Kolomaru's feet. There's sort of an unspoken rule I like to follow when creating my Beat'em or Bottleman customs, and even Armate gears for my Beat'em inspired video game Armatelum Showdown, which you should play, by the way. This rule is to not give the blasters too many gimmicks. Beat'em, Bottleman, and Armate gears should have one focus. Rispeeda's thing is his shot speed. OG Rispeeda has a custom roller drive core, a magazine, arm locking because of the magazine connection points, and roller feed. To me, that sounds like too many gimmicks. I want Rispeeda to be a bit more realistic of a design, rather than just cramming a bunch of gimmicks together. I kinda didn't care at the beginning of making the Rispeeda video, but like afterwards I started to think that might be too many gimmicks, so that's why any time you saw Rispeeda after the video, his bottom wings just disappeared. I do like the smooth Omni Rollers, but it just seems like one too many gimmicks for one Bottleman. I even addressed this self-imposed rule in my Rispeeda DX video, where I added the Dive Bomb cartridge to Rispeeda DX's proper form, stating that it is too many gimmicks. However, what if Rispeeda OG and DX could have their extra gimmicks? OG Rispeeda gains his roller wings and DX gains his Dive Bomb cartridge. I do like both of these features a lot, but again, I felt like it were too much. So what if there's an expansion pack? This would be akin to Drive Garuburn's extra upgrade parts. The cannon arms, the blast arms, and the ultimate arms. Or maybe like the whole system-wide gimmick of Super Beat'emon's EXPI system, where base Beat'emon can gain upgrades. Like Combat Phoenix here. He has a normal mode, and then a perfect mode when you add on the cannon arms. This could be the same idea. You take the base figure and give it more, so you can get Rush OG Rispeeda and Rush Rispeeda DX, I guess. I could base these upgraded modes off Rispeeda Sparkling, the carbonated version of Rispeeda, but I want to save the concept of Rispeeda Sparkling for a proper evolution, akin to Kolomaru Energy DX. So, let's call them Rush modes for now. OG Rispeeda with the Salafire feet allows him to access smoother movements, and booster shots like Tan Satan DX and Rispeeda DX. OG Rispeeda can now do the thrusting forward dive bomb shots, just like his DX version. Rispeeda DX with the CC Leon DX magazine and cartridge gains access to 4 speed cap shots at once, with one slam of the cartridge. Lightning dive bomb rush! Feel the rush and chin up! Because that's an advert reference.
Chin up. Aye.
Rush Current Rispeeda and Rush Current Rispeeda DX? That could be their names. BOTJ503, the Rush Current Upgrade Pack. It would also come with a short and long DX magazines coloured after the Rispeeders, and some extra speed caps. Something like that, I don't know, lol. Do you like the Rush Current upgrade pack idea? Let me know in the comments below. This whole Rush Current upgrade pack idea is just so then you can both have Rispeeda and Rispeeda DX have their extra gimmicks and they both be canon. So, yeah. So, what about the next Rispeeda? Rispeeda G for the Bottleman God Cap system. Well, just like with Rispeeda DX, I don't want to make a definitive Rispeeda G until the God Cap system is finished. I want to know what parts I can work with and not have to worry about the official Bottleman releases ruining my plans, like Ayawashi and Valhaz did for Rispeeda DX. Remember, Rispeeda is a custom, not an original Bottleman. I don't have the tools to make an original Bottleman. So yeah, I want to know what parts I'm working with. I want to know what I'm working with. However, do we really want to wait another year for Rispeeda G? Rispeeda G will be ready in 2024 as God Cap finishes, since Bottleman systems tend to last a year. So like, I have a plan. Throughout the run of DX, when I made those shorter text-only news and first impressions videos on the newly released Bottleman at the time, sometimes I'll talk about how this affects Rispeeda DX. What if we did that all year long? Rispeeda G will be an ongoing public project. The original Rispeeda just showed up one day. Rispeeda DX was a built-up mystery! That's a beat 'em up reference for those who recognise it. Rispeeda G could be a system-long project where every time a new G Bottleman is revealed, we upgrade Rispeeda G. This does not mean I'm going to be drawing artwork for him every time he gets updated. Only the final build will get artwork. But I will take pictures of the, at the time, current build for Rispeeda G. And if I forget to do that one time, pester me lol. But not too much, just like a little, hey Jody, you forgot to take a picture of the new Rispeeda G. Don't be like Marek and go, oh my freaking god, Jody forgot to take a picture again, unsubscribe. I hate her now. Don't be Marek. I have shit memory. So, now that I've explained my plans, let's start with Rispeeda G's current build as of April 2023. While I'm recording the script literally at the end of March, it is the 31st, almost 4 o'clock. So, when this video goes out, it will be April, so yeah, April 2023. Because of God Cap's mix and match core system, we can already have our speed power core with Samet's G's back and Dragot G's front. This mixed core can have magazines while having power hold parts. Perfect! Rispeeda G's body will be Dragot's head and feet, Samet's two-way magazine, because it's a pretty great 2-cap plus magazine, and, I don't really like any of the arm parts right now, for Rispeeda specifically. I guess Dragot's arms are the most appropriate, because they're kind of clawish, birds have claws, but they're on the feet, not the hands. Well, that didn't stop Kulamaru from having claws on his arms. Speaking of which, we would need a Kulamaru G to exist if I want more bird-like parts. Honestly, since God Cap seems to be going back to having the anime eyes on every character, just like with the prototype system, an Ayawashi G would be great. If Ayawashi G keeps its wing head crest like the DX version, but now has the anime eyes visor like Dragot G and Samet's G, and everyone from the prototype system, it could be perfect. Also, this might be a shock coming from me, but I don't know if I want the Cobalt Horn or not. It might ruin the bird aesthetic. I love Cobalt Blade and Saber, don't get me wrong, but for Rispeeda, I don't think the horn is gonna help. I know it's my custom, so I could have the Cobalt Blade horn if I wanted, but I guess you call them God Caps that Rispeeda G will use is still going to be the Speed Cap. The light cap that comes with Samet's G is actually slower than a normal cap. So, that goes against what Rispeeda is all about. Speed! Reminder, this is very early days. This is not the final build of Rispeeda G, but throughout the God Cap system, I want to keep updating Rispeeda G, and we can watch how this custom grows together throughout 2023, and see how it ends up in 2024. It could look very different at the end. It could still have the Dragot head part by the end. It could still have Samet's back core at the end. Who knows? We'll see, won't we? I'm waiting on more bird-like parts, a rubber drive strip power core, and a better speed core back half. While Samet's G's core is great, when you're using it on the table, your ring and pinky fingers like rub up on the table and they get kind of squished together because you're meant to hold it with your index and middle fingers and use your thumb as the pressing bit. Pressing bit, yes. Your hand kind of gets squashed on the table and it's not the best. Great in the air, but not that good on the table, and you're mostly going to be playing Bottleman on a table or on the floor. It's a bit of a dodgy grip. I like it, but it's a bit squished. It's also pretty awkward to do dive bomb shots with. If Rispeeda G carries on the booster shot gimmick Rispeeda DX has, who knows what the Godcap system will provide us with. So we'll just see as more and more figures are released. If Ton Satan G is going to be a thing, since both Rispeeders are pretty similar to both Ton Satans, he might be something to look into. If Ton Satan G comes out and he has, like, a perfect part for Rispeeda, again, I'm going to cry. Right here, I was going to say, oh, I can't take a picture because my Drago and my Cobalt hasn't arrived, but they arrived as I was editing the video. So here is Rispeeda G as of April 2023. Yeah, he just looks like this official custom, doesn't he? I completely did not realize it until I was gathering images for this video, and I just saw that custom and I was like, shit, that's what I was making Rispeeda G. So obviously, this isn't going to be the final Rispeeda G. This is just what he is for now. This is the first version of Rispeeda G, and throughout the year we will see how he evolves and what parts get replaced. He might be a completely different Bottleman by the end of the year. Like, none of the parts you see here get used. To make this parts tracking thing a bit more fancy and professional, I've came up with this, the parts table. The Bottleman featured will change over time depending on what arms, legs, and stuff like that I want to end up using. So this graphic will change as the Bottleman changes, and we'll have like graphical evidence of not only a picture but also these parts table images that will allow us to track Rispeeda G's progress. I hope this is all pretty fun because I think this is pretty fun. So yeah, as of April 2023, with only Drago, Samet, and Cobalt being out, we don't know about any other Bottlemen yet as of this recording, on the 3rd of April, this is Rispeeda G. I can't wait to see how much he changes throughout the year. What do you think of this approach to tackling Rispeeda G's content? Instead of waiting until 2024 for Rispeeda G, smaller updates are going to be given throughout this year. Rispeeda G will be getting a proper video in 2024, or whenever Godcap ends. That will kind of be a compilation of all of Rispeeda G's upgrades throughout the year. But hey, more content! You guys seem to really like Rispeeda, given the Rispeeda DX video got over 100 views in less than 24 hours! Like, wow! Thank you all so much! You don't know how happy that makes me. People watch my content! Back on track. Yeah, Rispeeda G will basically be a year-long project that you can watch evolve in real time, instead of waiting for a dedicated video. I think it's a good idea. Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna do it anyway, so... Forgot to mention this in the script and the initial recording, so I'm back again. For those of you who want to keep up with the development of Rispeeda G, I will be making a dedicated playlist on my channel chronologing the development of Rispeeda in general. So it'll have the original Rispeeda video, it will have the DX Rispeeda video, it will have any of the news update videos that mention Rispeeda DX, and any future ones that mention Rispeeda G. So there's a dedicated Rispeeda playlist, so you can keep track of the development of Rispeeda G. I hope it's a useful resource for those who care. And if I forget to update the playlist because I'm an idiot sometimes, tell me. And that's all the updates. I think. If I think of anything else, I'll put them in the description, so make sure to check the description if you're watching this video like maybe a week or a month later. If I think of anything else, it'll be in the description or in the comments. if I remember. I'll just warn you now, my memory is actually shit. So, again, if I forget to make a update about Rispeeda G or like a picture of current build Rispeeda G, nicely ask me. Just like, you forgot to do the thing again, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'll go do that. Anyways, yeah, that's all the updates. Rispeeda OG and DX's upgrade pack, and how I'm going to be tackling Rispeeda G throughout the year. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to do other Bottleman customs. I do have one in mind based on my mascot, Sakura Yui, so if you'd like to see that, let me know. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to spread the good word of Rispeeda out there. Talking like Rispeeda's like our messiah or something. Maybe he is. Follow me on my Twitter, @J5TheHyperforce, to keep up to date with whatever project I'm working on, like the aforementioned Rispeeda G project. Most of the pictures are probably going to go up on Twitter, and I'll probably be posting them in the community tab on my YouTube channel. It's going to be kind of a waste of time and resources to make dedicated videos just for an image, so I'll be posting them on my community tab and my Twitter, so keep a good eye on them. You probably should follow me on my Twitter anyways, because I also talk about other things on there, and shitpost, in case you want random tweets off me. If you have any fan arts to send me, like maybe of the Rispeedas, VTuber Jody, Sakura Yui, or anything else relating to me, send them over to me on my Twitter @J5TheHyperforce, and I will feature them within the next video I am editing at the time. Don't forget to check out my video game, Armatelum Showdown. This major passion project is based on Bottleman and Bottleman, so if you like those two, you will love Armatelum. Also, for something different, a top-down combat shooter, Project Dreamshot. Both games are fun and cool. If you don't believe me, go play them and prove me wrong. You won't, coward. Watch you then play them and be like, oh yeah, this isn't my kind of thing, and then I'll be sat there defeated because you did prove me wrong. Oops! With all that said and done, this has been J5 the Hyperforce. I'll see you whenever next. Sayonara, bye-bye, goodbye, yeah, bye.